For today's Cyber CEO episode,
just knowing that there's somebody else there, right? There's somebody that I can, trust and or depend on to get things done for me. So that lifts a workload that a whole nother person can take on. And then I can focus on lead generation. I can focus on marketing. I can focus on meeting my clients' needs. And know that I have someone there that can help me with paperwork, help me with contract to close, that type of thing. So I already appreciate her for being up at 2 a.m. or whatever it is. So to be able to do that, you got to show some type of appreciation. But even the fact of going the extra mile and finding something that can help my business, I appreciate that.
welcome to Cyber CEO, wherein we talk about how our cyberbackers helped our cyber CEOs take their businesses to the next level. Cyber CEO is powered by Cyberbacker, the world's leading provider of admin support services from anywhere in the world to anyone in the world. Please visit our website www.cyberbacker.com for more details. Another awesome day here at Cyberbacker. My name is Jello. We're back with another episode of Cyber CEO, and we of course have a very special guest coming back to the show. Kim, how are you doing today?
I'm doing awesome, Jello. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you very much for asking and for coming back. I know you have a lot of things to do. Really appreciate you being on the show again. Now, start things off, of course, we just wanted to check on how everything is going with you and your Cyberbacker from the last time that we spoke. So have there been any big changes or any major changes that you've been having with your Cyberbacker?
We are continuing to gel and continuing to grow as a partnership. We've put a big push on marketing right now. So my Cyberbacker has actually educated herself on some new video editing software. So the videos that we're doing and editing are really dynamic for my social media, and I'm getting a lot of great feedback from that. And I think that's part of her great initiative to actually take the lead on something and say, hey, this is something that I can do better. Let me find out what's out there and educate myself on that so that it can help our efforts. So I'm very excited about that content that we're putting out there.
Gosh, a lot of exciting stuff then. So how long have you been working with your Cyberbacker?
It will be a year in March.
A year in March. A lot of exciting stuff. The first year. Now, let's go way back before you even got to work with your Cyberbacker. All right. Did you have any expectations for what the first year would have looked like partnering with someone who's virtual?
I didn't have any expectations, although in my mind, I felt like it would take some of the pressure off of me of actually having to manage someone in person, if that makes sense. So I said, okay, well, this would be a relief because they're, on the other side of the world and I can kind of tell them what to do, but they're not kind of sitting there looking at me on a daily basis saying, hey, what do you need done next? So for me, the idea of a virtual partnership helped me kind of ease my way into growth without feeling so much pressure. So didn't have any expectations, but felt like I knew I needed somebody. It's just been a great partnership so far.
Great partnership and lost a lot of pressure then now that you have your Cyberbacker helping you out. Am I right?
Yes. She has been, 𝗙𝗻𝗋𝗋 has been a tremendous asset to my growth and helped me kind of put the foundation in place. A lot of our first couple of months were really like operations and strategy and planning and those type of things to kind of make sure that we had a good foundation for getting things done, putting systems in place, that type of thing. So now, even though we probably need to, review regularly, I think where we're at right now, we're in a good place to say, okay, I think we got this systems down in place. Most of our calls are more, hey, let's, what can we do better type conversations. And then whatever is done, for that weekly call that we do starting on Mondays. So.
Oh, every Mondays. So you mentioned about growth, the growth of your business now with your Cyberbacker. Now, how has 𝗙𝗋𝗋 then helped you with that growth of the business and the virtual leverage piece in your business?
So for me, I had, like I said, never had an assistant or never had any kind of team member before. So just the fact of one, having a team member, right? That concept kind of helped me see that, okay, I don't have to do everything on my own. Here's somebody that I can, trust and or depend on to get things done for me, right? So that lifts a workload, that a whole nother person can take on. And then I can focus on lead generation. I can focus on marketing. I can focus on meeting my clients' needs, and know that, I have someone there that can help me with paperwork, help me with contract to close, that type of thing. So just knowing that that there's somebody else there, right? And then having that foundation to say, okay, now that this person is here, what can I do next to help grow my business? So for me, that next step will be adding a buyer's agent. And I feel, confident that the systems are in place for me to be able to do that in the next month or two.
Gosh, that's going to be exciting. Again, just the growth within the year. Imagine what you can do in another year's time, right?
Yeah. I'm excited.
A lot of exciting stuff between you, your business, and your Cyberbacker. Now, talk to me about the partnership then. Virtual partnership, you already talked about it earlier. It's your first time having someone to help you in the business, working with someone virtual. How did that all work out? How did you create such a strong bond with Alex, your Cyberbacker? Because for sure, you're not the only business owner that went through this for the first time. For sure, some of them are listening to us right now.
So I think for me, it goes back to that expectation question you asked earlier. I kind of put the expectations aside, right? And said, okay, here's a company that is presenting several different unique personalities with the option of me working with them, right? So when I did the interview process and, spoke with the candidates and that process, I put aside what I would have thought would have been the right person for me. And I said, okay, but let me look at their resume, their profile, to kind of see, who would be the best fit for me. Right. So in that process, with the different conversations with the candidates, Alex stood out as, someone that executed well. She had, the experience of working on an administrative level. And then she had, I did my other little homework, but I saw that she had, created some content online and things like that. So I said, okay, she's creative. She likes music. She's, creating content on her own. So I said, okay, the kind of resources that I need, right? So I have a lot of ideas, but having someone that could, think like-minded and be able to execute those ideas, I think that is what has allowed us to kind of, no pun intended, gel and be able to assist each other with a smooth transition of working together for the first time, right? So I think that has been a key for us. And I think I said it before, she's proactive. Right. So just like her doing the video content and helping with that, and then going out there and saying, I'm going to learn this new, video editing software. It was like, I didn't even know she had did it. I was like, I saw a post and we go through our, posting process and approvals. And I saw this post and I'm like, wow, this post is banging. And I was like, wait a minute. So I hit her up on a Saturday, like, hey, did you get some new software? like this video is awesome. And she was like, yeah, you said, I researched some new software and, I just started using it. So she didn't even tell me she was doing it, but it was like, I noticed it in, the output. And I'm like, well, this is different. So I was like, way to go. And I, shot her some stars. Like, that's dope. And she was like, thank you. And she was happy. So it's like, even in the communication process, acknowledging when people take, go that extra mile. I think that's important too, because, I already appreciate her for being up at whatever, 2 a.m. or whatever it is, whatever time.
Whatever time.
So it's like, so to be able to do that, you got to show some type of appreciation. But even the fact of going the extra mile and finding something that can help my business, I appreciate that.
Yes. Now you talked about communication. That was actually going to be my next question. Talk to me about the communication. How often or how do you just create that open and strong communication with your cyberbacker? Does it do you set proper expectations or does it have to be every day? Things like that.
So yeah, in the beginning, we set some proper expectations that we would in the beginning, because we were just getting to know each other. We literally did a call every day, right? Just to kind of get everything going in a positive track. So once, I think maybe after that first 30 days, we felt that it was okay for us to move to a weekly call. Yeah, so we do a weekly Zoom call, but then our communication starts at a set time every day on everything else. Yeah, so that's worked for us. Monday Zoom call or WhatsApp or whatever type of call we do is face to face, and we talk about the rest of the week, right? And then after that, at the same time every day, we start communicating on schedule, what needs to happen for the day, if we have some tasks that we need to meet for the week and there's a deadline on that, then those type of things will be outlined on Monday. And then throughout the week, she might say, hey, did you complete this task? Or, or I might say to her, hey, did you complete this task? So we both have our tasks that we have to do, and then just communicating and making sure that we're on top of those things. At this point now that they move pretty smoothly. So they're, I might not have to approve something that she sends out, right? Because we already know, okay, this is the formula for that, right? So just that communication and building a trust that, she's clear on what is needed for my business, and I've communicated that accordingly so that she understands, and she doesn't have a problem coming to ask me questions too. Like if it was something that I said, hey, can you do this? And then she might come back and say, hey, do you mean blah, blah, blah? And just to clarify the question, so to make sure she doesn't take anything for granted and we don't have any type of, miscommunication. So, so far, so good.
So far, so good. I like what you mentioned earlier. Just having that Monday video call or just face-to-face conversation that you have with your cyberbacker every Monday, because I think that really still builds on the partner. Even though you've been working for almost a year now, I think it's still good to have those face-to-face conversations because it still builds on the partnership. And it's somewhat of an investment that you have in your cyberbacker too, right? Just building on the partnership. Don't you agree?
Yep, I agree. I definitely think it's a partnership. It's not... she works for me, we work together. Right. And that, I think that gives, I think that would give anybody, some type of value in the work that they're contributing to. Right. So she is a part of my team and we work together. So yes, I think having the right perspective on, how you treat somebody or how you work together, valuing each other's time. Like we don't just, we do have small talk, right? Like, okay, what'd you do for the weekend? That type of thing. To get to kind of know, what's happening. She knows my son's name, right? So it's like, okay, so we have those type of conversations. But, when we say, okay, and then we get to work, it's just like boom, 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 from there on, it's professional. And I appreciate that.
Yes. Now, one more question before we go today. How about challenges? How do you have you had any challenges working with someone virtual and cyberbacker? And how do you get over those challenges, if there were any challenges that you've gone through?
Well, I think if you plan properly, then you won't have that many challenges. So I think us getting adjusted and acclimated to each other in that first month, that first 30 to 60 days, pretty much probably alleviated any challenges. I don't think we've had any yet. So I'm knocking on wood. But I don't think we've had any major challenges yet. If there was a question of, like I said, communication, we would clarify that. If like, say, for example, if, she needs time off or something, I don't have a problem with that because I know how hard she works for me. And if there's a day where I feel like, okay, she's going to be off this day, but I really need her help, before I could even say anything, she's already saying, okay, well, here's the day that I will work for you. Right. So like if she needed a Friday off, she's letting me know in advance. And then she said, but I'm available on Saturday. So it's like, she's already kind of a step ahead on whatever it might be. It's like, I might have said, oh, dang it, I really need you on Friday. Right. But if she's going to work on Saturday, I'm just like, okay, whatever it is, you can wait 24 hours, like, so we haven't had those type of challenges yet. Yeah, she's been consistent. Our schedule is consistent. So, I'm knocking on wood again. We haven't had any major challenges, that I would consider a challenge.
So it seems
because really a challenge is an opportunity, right? A challenge is an opportunity. So it's definitely like, okay, this is an opportunity for us to, either manage more properly, right? Mm-hmm. And or be considerate of another person's time, right? Because, I like my vacations. I like traveling. I like those type of things. So who doesn't love that, right? So if she wants to travel or she wants to, do something on a day that we're scheduled to do something, let's be flexible and find a way to make that happen. You only live once.
Definitely. Now, we are very, very excited to see where this partnership grows, of course, because it seems to me you've already found your perfect cyberbacker. We're very excited to see where this partnership grows to for another year, of course. Kim, thank you very much for dropping by. I hope this isn't the last time we get to do this.
Thanks, Jello. Talk to you soon.
Thank you for listening to our daily dose of Cyber CEO. Stay tuned to know more about how Cyberbacker creates a difference in this digital time and age. You can visit our website www.cyberbacker.com and follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Spotify.